I'm Emily.
Hey, I'm Amanda.
This is Two Moms,
One mic.
and this is episode 5 already.
And
Go us. Sticking to it.
We're
sticking to it.
We're still here. Are you?
Are you the same person that was here on episode 1?
And
Thanks for sticking around. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. All right, today we actually put out a question box, and a lot of moms were interested in hearing about self-care for moms.
Yes.
Which
And how it's a myth.
which is so difficult, but also so important. Do you want me to start?
Well, let's okay, the idea
so we're
of
gonna
self-care.
define
Yeah,
self-care.
like so we're going to ask our friend
Let's ask
Google
Siri
here.
or Google. What does it mean?
Define
self-care?
self-care. So there's physical self-care, mental self-care, social self-care, and taking a mental health day. So you have things like exercising, reading, doing hobbies, catching up with a friend.
Physical, mental, social.
And just taking a mental health
taking
day.
a mental health
so
day.
recognizing when you need to take care of yourself and doing so. Okay.
All right.
Now, who actually gets any of that?
Actually, you know what? I do.
Now we
now.
do. Now we do.
I do,
Because
for
we are
sure.
past that stage where we couldn't.
Yes. And I think that it's also the fact that being a single mom, I do get those physical breaks from my child, and I'm
Yeah.
able to give myself self-care. So being in a state now where I'm a single mom, I'm either doing it all alone and burning out that way, but then I also get that break where I don't have a child to take care of anymore, and I truly use that time for me. And again, it's making sure you're not even being intentional with your time. That's what it is.
Yes.
Because it's very easy to sit and binge shows on Netflix, but what does that do for you? Does that fill up your cup?
So I'm very much in my self-care era. I even made a
too,
reel
yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And it just and so I also on the side teach fitness classes for mommies and babies. So hit me up if you want to get active. That's my little plug. I promise I won't do it often.
Strong moms.
and a lot of these moms are like either first time moms or even second time moms that are just like on mat leave again and that type of thing. And you know, when you're in the thick of it, the idea of self-care is like, it's like a unicorn, you
Yeah.
know, like so magical that like you're never going to get it. And I tell all these people, who takes care of you? Because no one seems to take care of you. So you need to unfortunately take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Because as moms, we have to take care of our children, child, whatever, our households, our significant others. There's a lot of load there. But at the end of the day, how many people are actually taking care of mom? And so I'm a very big advocate, pardon me, of doing that. And I'm very much now, okay, my kids are slightly older. So like I'm doing it. I'm doing it now. I will go carve out an hour of my day doing something that truly makes me feel good, because if I get to that point of exhaustion, burnout, extreme fatigue, I'm useless to everyone, including myself, especially to my kids, but including myself. So you really need to prioritize yourself, because nobody else is going to do that for you.
Yeah, no one's going to take care of you but you. And like me, I'm going to come from a different view of things. Me, I feel like this year I was forced to take care of myself. I had my life crash and burn on me, and I hit rock bottom, and I'll talk about this on another episode, but I didn't know what else to do with myself, and I just had to prioritize myself.
Yeah.
And it started with just walking. And when I tell you I was in such a bad place mentally that I would just go for 3-hour walks. I would put on music and I would walk and walk and walk, because it was the only thing that made me feel a little bit better based on what I was going through at that time. And then now moving forward and being at a lot better state, I realized like how important the self-care is. And like you said, you're in your self-care era, but I also want to acknowledge how difficult it is to care for yourself in the first 12 months.
Totally. Because self-care there, it seems to be like, oh, go take a shower. Go take care of yourself. Which, let's when you're in that postpartum year, self-care is actually just basic necessities.
Yeah. That, honestly, I'll agree.
Right? Like, it's like just for you to go to the bathroom by yourself, which is honestly a basic necessity, is self-care when you have a child.
Yeah. Yeah, like nap time I would use to shower. I wasn't that person that like nap time was like chores. Nap time was for me.
Yeah.
And like again, I couldn't leave my house, so I would take a shower. And in the summer, I got myself a blow-up pool, like a 10-foot blow-up pool. And nap time, I would be in my backyard, in my blow-up pool, sitting there, listening to music. And I swear, it made me the happiest person in the world. I had a beautiful tan. I don't care that I was in this little pool. That's what fed me. That's what filled up my cup. And that's what helped me in the first 12 months feel normal and kind of, I guess, feel like myself and feel like I wasn't, you brought it up in another episode. I wasn't just this person that's here now on earth to take care of another person.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, like, and I've had these conversations with like a lot of my girlfriends where I'm like, what do you enjoy to do? And some of them are like, yeah, like, what is my hobby? What do I enjoy? Like, some people have totally forgot the things that used to bring them joy from before they had children.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, like, to me, like, that's that. Like, I can list off 50 hobbies that my husband has. He likes to golf. He likes to hunt. He likes to race cars. He likes to watch racing. He likes to go to sports games. Like, that's already 5 within less than a minute.
And he probably does a lot of his hobbies too.
Oh, of course. And his hobbies like take golfing. That's a job.
Ladies,
that's 8 hours.
we need to find an
we
8-hour hobby.
Yes, exactly. Hunting. He used to leave for a week, Sunday to Friday or Sunday to Saturday. He'd be gone. Like, we're talking like really intense hobbies that you need to like leave and not be seen or heard of for like a long period of time. And we
call these men stupid. They're smarter than us. They are smarter than
maybe we're the dumb ones because we pick hobbies that are like in the home.
Let me do my nails for an hour. No,
Yeah,
I want to.
But even I honestly, I don't consider getting your nails done self-care. Some people do, but that's just.
I think I look good, feel good. That's my attitude, and that's
it does. Like, it does fit into
really
that.
Done this year. I've been very in my like look good, feel good era, and I'm enjoying it. So
no, me too. Yeah, you get me an IV drip, I'm there. You get me a lymphatic massage, I'm there. Like, I want to like feel my best, like inside and outside. And I'm just like signing up myself to do all the things. Like, so I do teach Zumba. And, you know, my husband will always say like, oh, Zumba is like your hobby. And I don't know, like, because I get paid for it, like, I don't consider like.
It's technically work.
It is technically work. Like, and like, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy it, but it's not my hobby. It's not like I do it on my day off. Like, for me, like, a hobby is something that you're going to enjoy doing on your day off. I'm not going to other Zumba classes when I'm not teaching my own.
Yeah.
So to me, like, I don't consider that. I could be wrong. Let us know what you define a hobby as.
You're getting paid for it. It's a job in the end.
Yeah, like, it's not my. I tell them, like, it's not my fault that I love what I do.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a me problem. It's like, okay, so if I get paid for golf, then is it not a hobby?
Yeah, tell them.
I'm like, if you got paid for golf, we would be in a much better situation. Much better situation.
Find someone that's gonna pay you. Tiger Woods.
I said, go get sponsored, please.
That's funny.
So yeah, we need to like, moms, you need to let go of this idea that self-care is doing basic human right things. Like I said, going to the bathroom, taking a shower, even filling up gas, going to you going to the grocery store without your children is not self-care. Sure, it might ease your mind. Don't get me wrong. It is an ease of mind, but it's not self-care. So we need to look past that and actually advocate for ourselves. Because like I tell the women that take my fitness classes, like, if you're not going to take care of yourself, no one's going to do it for you. Yeah. And so if you don't advocate for yourself and if you don't express your needs, how are people around you going to know that, like, you know, you're in this spot? Going back to, you know, our previous episodes about mental health, like, everything is so interconnected. It's a 5,000 piece puzzle. And even if you miss one piece, that puzzle's not going to look good, even though it has, you know, 4,999 after that.
Yeah, I feel like moms have just been like doing it all for so long. I blame the old generation for so long with like silence.
Yeah.
But even so, also like looking at the older generation, like previous generation, my mom didn't work. Did your mom work? We talked about this. Did your mom work?
No.
So again, like, her job was to maintain the household.
Yeah.
I'm a single mom who also works and who also maintains a household.
Yeah.
So again, it just adds to more on our plate now, and we just assume that, oh, well, our mom did it, so we can do it too. But wait a minute. Our mom had it a little bit different than us.
Yeah.
So we're keeping our mouths shut because we think everyone's doing it with a smile on their face, but really we're all just struggling. And really we all want to help each other and we need help.
Yeah.
And now we're here to talk about how we're going to get that help and get that self-care.
And like, you know, you and I, we always talk every time we drop an episode, how many messages we get when people are like, oh, finally, someone is saying something. And we hope that we can be, you know, that friend on the other end of the internet for you that speaks the truth and doesn't make you feel alone and makes you feel heard. Because I think, you know, we've always had these discussions for such a long time. And that's why we kind of wanted to get a platform to have these conversations, because we know that there are so many people out there like us that feel the same way, but nothing's ever spoken about. And like self-care came in a lot when we put it out there on Instagram. We're like, you know, what do you guys want us to talk about? And this is what people wanted to be heard and what it wanted out there, that, yeah, self-care, you know, is like this great fluffy thing, and they try to sell you like, oh, just get a bubble bath and you're going to be fine, and that's enough self-care. But like, maybe that's not enough. Maybe it's more than just, you know, these things that they try to feed you and like, and you know, like, okay, fine, I say that I go for massage and stuff like that, like that's a lot of monetary things. But you started off saying you went for walks. Walking's a free thing you can do. There's a lot of free things you can do that are not costly, right? Some people think like self-care is with a price tag on it.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like it's not about that. It's not about how much you spend. It's not like, oh, the more you spend, like the better self-care you're getting. As long as at the end of the day, whatever that 20 minutes, half hour, 3 hours, whatever time recharges you and fills your cup, then that's the self-care that you need.
Yep, I agree. Let's go over the social, physical, mental self-care. We'll go over like some things that people can do.
Yeah, so the physical, it was saying like exercise. So like I said, I do Zumba.
So I'm going to talk from a perspective of someone who doesn't like to work out, because I feel like there's a lot of people that don't like to work out. And Emily being a fitness instructor, we all know that she loves to work out. Working out isn't fun. It's uncomfortable. You sweat, you get red, you breathe heavy. These are all the things I don't like. I don't like feeling uncomfortable. However, in the summer, the spring, I needed to do something for myself, and walking worked. And again, walking.
Yeah.
And if you've been around for a while, my physical appearance has changed because of that. And again, it made me feel better. And now as I continue to add this into my daily routine, because it honestly works, that when they say exercise is the best thing for your mental health, it's not a joke. It really isn't.
Yeah.
And I will go into my basement and absolutely hate the fact that I'm going down there and don't want to do anything. And
I bet you always come up happy.
Oh my God, I'm after every single workout, I say to myself, I'm so happy I did this.
Yeah.
Every single workout, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And again, it doesn't have to be long. Like sometimes I go in my basement for 20 minutes and I'm like, I'm over this.
Yeah.
But at least I tell myself, at least I tried today.
Yeah.
Whether or not I'm successful or not, I tried. I gave myself that. And as a mom, it's finding the time. And I'm not going to sit here and say wake up at 5 a.m. because I actually tried that. And I just press snooze until it was actually time for me to get out of bed.
I am not part of like that 4 a.m. club. No, thank you. Because you know what? Sleep is actually self-care. So don't deprive yourself one form of self-care just to complete another form of self-care. To me, that doesn't make any sense. So if you're a sleeper, I'm a big sleeper, get to sleep.
Yeah.
Don't chop that off the list.
Yeah, so again, like that I find is truly like number one for self-care is like movement. And
yeah.
I feel like I say that with like, because I feel like so many people hate
You didn't want to admit it, but you did anyways.
I had to admit it because, I mean, I wish I could say like a bag of chips is like the best thing. But it's like, I always say like McDonald's, I always feel so good when I'm eating it. But right after, I'm like, why did I do this? Right? So movement is for me physically moving and eating healthy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't eat that healthy, but it's important.
I mean, I'm all for balance. I'm not gonna say don't deprive yourself. Everything in moderation. That's fine. I'm not a dietitian. We're not here to give you diet tips or whatever. It's like we said. It ultimately comes do you enjoy it? Because if you enjoy it, you're going to stick to it. Does it make you feel good? Because if it makes you feel good, you're going to stick to it. Like there's kind of like, there's fundamentals on things that you have to think about when choosing something for self-care, because as long as it like brings you joy, once again, fills your cup, you're going to want to stick to it.
Yeah,
right?
you know what? You got to find what works for you and what makes you happy
Yeah.
in the end with all of that. Social, I want to go a little bit on social. I am definitely that person. The social emotional self-care is my friends. I was like big on being on mat leave, going for walks in the malls. Emily knows we constantly went for walks. When I tell you I was at the mall 4 times a week, I was at the mall 4 times a week.
Yeah.
Walking the mall, socializing with friends, being around adults. That really, really fills my cup and makes me so happy. Like I already know, I can already tell I'm gonna leave Emily's house today feeling so much better because like I've had this interaction with her. I've gotten to see someone I care about, talk to them, and spend some time with them. And I always say I leave Emily feeling good. I made a video one day. I was saying like I leave Emily feeling like a better person. So like surround yourself with people that definitely
For
fill up
sure,
that cup
yeah.
and make you feel better.
And I think like during like the pandemic, because we were all forced to like isolate, people really forgot about human connection.
Yeah.
And you know, they really either like isolated themselves or like just kind of like dove online. And don't get me wrong, like if it wasn't for online, I really wouldn't have met you anyways.
We met online.
Yeah. So I'm not bashing online, but there is something to be said about like actual human connection. Like we could have just done this from the comfort of our own homes and then just like kind of like, you know,
Clipped
merge the
it
videos together. But you need human connection.
Yes, that's something I realized. Like talking on the phone, FaceTime, all of that is great, but like you're saying, being with someone is very, very different.
Yeah, for sure.
What else? Mental, physical. I have notes. I have to look at them. Hobbies. Let's go. We talked about hobbies. Personal growth. Saying no.
Oh, boundaries. Boundaries are important.
We've talked about this before. We're both big no people.
Yeah.
We definitely set boundaries. Don't feel that you need to go to your mom's house on Sunday for lunch if you've already had a very hectic weekend. It's okay to say no and to set those boundaries. Don't feel like every Sunday needs to be lunch at Nona's house or things like that. It's okay to say no and not have FOMO and do what you feel is best for you.
Yeah.
Digital detox. I've never done one. Have you?
No.
Have you done digital detox, like closing the screens? I know that my brother and sister-in-law are really big on like shutting off their phones at night. I don't shut off my phone at night.
Mine's like charging. It's not off, but it is like on like basically like airplane mode.
Oh, you put yours on airplane mode?
Not like it's like on a do not disturb setting.
Okay, I don't
so
even
I
do
mean
that.
like nothing's coming through. So I mean I
Yeah.
guess that's kind of like.
I can say like I'm really.
But like
bad
my
with
baby
technology.
monitor's also on my phone, so I just kind of like
it's our life in our
on.
hands.
Yeah.
Like I can say I'm really bad with my phone. I'm really bad with technology. Like if I wake up at 3 a.m., I pick up my phone and I'm scrolling.
Yeah, I know. I've picked up a really bad phone habit. I have.
Recently, actually, my sister bought me a self-care journal, and it has like 4 questions to answer in the morning.
Oh, like those 5-minute prompt ones.
Yeah, 4 questions to answer in the afternoon, and I decided to like stick with it and actually fill it out. And I find that it's really crazy that every single day it's like, what are you looking forward to today? And I always write down coffee, and I actually spoke to my therapist about like writing down coffee. I'm like, it's such a silly thing that I look forward to on a daily basis. Like, and it also like having a self-care journal has made me realize how unimportant many things in society are that we put so much emphasis on.
Yeah.
Because I always write down these tiny things that I'm looking forward to. And it's not like, oh, going on Instagram or, oh, like, it's always like, oh, I'm going to see Emily. I think I actually wrote, like, I'm going to see Emily today. So I was like, that's something I was looking forward to.
I made the book.
Like coffee, like things that, like, genuine connections, things that matter. And she said to me, but what about coffee, like, makes your day great?
Yeah.
And I thought about it. And it's because I drink my coffee in silence. I don't have interruptions.
So it's the peace that you enjoy that's just linked with the coffee.
With the coffee. And that's like, I guess, part of my self-care routine now, because every single day I enjoy having 10 minutes of silence, drinking my coffee alone, and just
that makes sense.
doing that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well, I think we pretty much encompassed, the life of
Looking
mom.
what else.
So, yeah, so I think we pretty much like encompass, at least I hope that we captured what people wanted us to talk about. If we missed
Yeah.
anything, or if you have any other thoughts about self-care or anything like that, you could always hit up both of us. We love hearing you guys'
Yeah, we
feedback.
really do.
It's
We
honestly
really
been
do.
really,
It
really
means-
nice.
It means a lot to us.
It does, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I don't just like say, oh, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I'll send it to her.
get
She sends it to me.
excited.
We do.
We
We
get
do.
really excited.
We love our 3 fans. You guys are phenomenal. Hopefully by the time this airs, we're up to like 5. That would be great. But yeah, so thanks for being with us. Thanks for hearing us out. And we'll be
See you
back
soon.
soon.